In the next 10 minutes or so, I would like to share with you some data on a retrospective study we've conducted with a last generation EDOF lens, the IsoPure lens. And I also want to show you, and I will start with this one, I also want to show you how we try to position this new class of EDOF lenses within our clinic. So in March 2020, when we started with IsoPure, we had a rather conservative IOL portfolio in the clinic, 90% monofocal, 5% trifocal, and 5% toric. We are implanting around 2,000 lenses in cataract patients a year. As you can see in the purple, the uptake was very fast for IsoPure. So by now, I have implanted around 2,000 IsoPure lenses, and as you can see, the IOL portfolio within the clinic completely changed. So the dominant lens is now an EDOF lens, either IsoPure or Vivity toric. We have still 9% trifocals, and the minority is now monofocal. As you may see in the blue, the monofocal toric completely melted away. And this is actually due to the fact that end of last year we introduced Vivity toric. You may know that for IsoPure the toric version is not available yet, so we started with Vivity toric, and actually in patients that want to correct their astigmatism, we propose straight away the EDOF version of the toric. So this is a Vivity toric, and that's why the monofocal toric is not existing anymore. So if you look at this graph, this is really a nice example how the right positioning of a very good lens in a clinic can completely change your cataract surgery. So we went from a refractive cataract surgery segment of 10% to 74% today, just within 2 years, and just thanks to the introduction of a new category of lenses. And we are still exploring further new avenues for this type of lenses. We are actually going really far into the territory where you might get burnt when you want to implant a trifocal lens, such as patients with comorbidities. Also, after LASIK, we're implanting this type of lens in amblyopic eyes. We also experiment with different target refractions. So we have several patients where we targeted -1, -1.5 in patients that really wanted to perfectly read and work on the computer without glasses. And this worked very, very well. Mix and match is also a very good possibility. For example, the first eye got a monofocal lens a couple of years ago. You can easily add in the second, or you can easily implant in the second eye an EDOF lens. Also, if the first eye had a trifocal lens, and for some reason in the second eye there is some kind of a medical contraindication against a trifocal lens, you can add, with a lower risk profile, you can add an EDOF lens. And of course also in the patients that are psychologically difficult, where you are afraid of your post-surgery chair time, you can go with a lens with a much lower risk profile. So now to the study. So we conducted a retrospective study in 124 cataract eyes. We implanted them with IsoPure, and as it is the routine in our clinic, we did immediate consecutive bilateral surgery in all patients, and we apply a minimum of vision -0.5 in the non-dominant eye. We also included at that time astigmatism up to 1.5 diopters, and we corrected with a clinic internal algorithm with opposing incisions. Up front, I can tell you the results really exceeded what we had expected. we had really good distance vision, the similar distance vision we were used to with the monofocal lens. And of course, the range of unaided vision was much better, especially in the intermediate range, and it didn't come at the expense of quality of vision. So now into more detail. This is the EDOF curve. As you can see, if we defocused the patients, we got almost 2.5 diopters of defocus, meaning that in this defocus range, the functional vision was still maintained, functional vision being defined as 0.2 logmar or better. So this means that in theory, patients have a functional vision up to 63 centimeters, and at the other end of the spectrum, you have 0.8 diopters of, let's call it, protection against patients that fall off target, that patients that have a postoperative refraction slightly in the myopic range. So now, how does that translate into visual acuity? Foremost, the corrected monocular distance vision. This is the most important safety parameter, especially within the context of premium lenses. You don't want to jeopardize your best possible vision, and this was really great. The logmar of minus 0.03. Then going to binocular vision, the unaided distance vision binocular was very good. The patients had on average full vision despite the minimono vision of 0.5. So distance vision, we can say with confidence, was uncompromised. The intermediate vision was very good, 0.12 logmar, and even near vision was not bad at all with 0.4 logmar, which is still useful. We put a lot of emphasis also on quality of vision and patient satisfaction. For the patient satisfaction, we used the PRIS questionnaire, basically asking for the last 7 days how the patient felt about his or her unaided vision. At distance, 96% of patients indicated that they didn't, that they were completely comfortable without glasses, and intermediate the same. And even to our surprise, 1 out of 3 patients mentioned that they were comfortable for their near activities without glasses. So then, quality of vision, which is still another thing. We confronted the patients directly with pictures of the most common photopic phenomena. And as you can see, 1 month after surgery, the incidence of photopic phenomena was really low. So, for example, halo effect, only 5% of patients recognized halo effects when we confronted them directly with the picture. So again, this is very low, given that we directly confronted the patient with the pictures, given that we had minimono vision, which potentially could increase, of course, halo effects, and given also that this is about freshly operated patients 1 month after surgery. If you look in the literature, 1 month after surgery, especially after an implantation of a trifocal lens, you will easily see an incidence of photopic phenomena up to 50%. So this is really reassuring. So in a nutshell, yes, it exceeded our expectations in terms of distance vision, increased range of unaided vision, and also it didn't come at the expense of quality of vision. So now the question is that it, or do we still something more? Yes, I think we still need something more. The real deal, ladies and gentlemen, is always a head-to-head comparison, and we all know that companies are not keen on comparing head-to-head their lenses, but we are conducting such a trial in a randomized, double-blind way. We are comparing Vivity with Isopure, and of course this is a cartoon. The point is not to show that one lens is better than the other one. The point is to tease out minor differences between the lenses. One lens has another advantage or disadvantage as the other. So the point is really to be able to offer a more individualized solution to each of our patients.
Thank you very much, Christoph.